I guess. So Happy New Year's, I guess. I don't really celebrate a lot of the holidays, as people know. Um, don't celebrate Christmas, ain't that pagan shit. Um, and I don't watch American movies. I watch a lot of foreign media, foreign movies, things like that. And just looking back over the last decade, I guess it's really made it to where it's hard for me. It's not hard for me. It's like I'm apart from the society I live in. So it's probably weird to y'all, but to me, it's just like, to me, separating from Western society was one of the best decisions ever made. This society makes no sense. And we started this decade at war, and we're going to end it at war. Not going back to 2010. Not going back to that. There was a picture, West Virginia. These correction guards were doing the Nazi salute, and it took them a while to do what they did. They ended up firing them, which is good. And you know how white people want to distract and downplay things like they're not that bad. And I have to say that the stuff we've seen since Trump has been in office is usually worse. So why are they doing Nazi salute? They were graduating. Why were they saluting? They were saluting because I guess the head instructor, they called him Hitler, rougher than Hitler or something. And he actually wanted him to do it, and they actually did it like out of respect to him. So you gave this man a Nazi salute. You know what I mean? This is why when I talk about Kaepernick and all that, I can't really listen to that. I can't, because look at what they do. Look at all the hateful shit they do on a regular basis. I gotta explain this to you. Kaepernick kneeled on a field. That's what he did. He kneeled on the sideline of a football field. They blackballed him. These men made a Nazi salute in uniform, and it took like a month before they got fired. And no one's talking about this. It's like we had that thing, the Afghan war document. I'm not going into that again. Well, you know what? I'll say this. I'm going to get into it a little bit later. But the Afghan war documents, it just shows you that America has been taken for a ride. I now believe they could release the Merkin document, Dr. King. It was something new. It was something new that came out about that, and I was looking into it myself. I forgot what it was, but it was something new about it, and I just been thinking since I got out in California that they could release all that shit tomorrow. Would anybody care? They can release all the documents on JFK. It's a lot. It's a lot. Would anybody care? I wouldn't do what Snowden did. Maybe that makes me a coward, pussy, whatever you want to call me. That's fine. I couldn't do it. Especially, I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. I thank God I'm blessed for what I have. But if I was living in Hawaii, making $100,000 a year with my significant other, I gotta tell you, I probably wouldn't. And if I did, it'd be some kind of secret clandestine shit. I'd meet with lawyers. It'd take me a good 6 months to a year before I made any decision. See, that's what happens when you get older. You think about the repercussions. You think about loss. You think about some injuries you never recover from. So if you don't recover from the injury, you can't go back to normal life. You can't go back to just being an attempt to drive trucks. You know, in certain situations, you have to make a completely new move. You know, there's some cops that do things, they're not convicted, but they have to retire. I mean, they can't go back to the department. It's changed too much. For example. So, these guys, well, we're off subject. These guys did not salute. I was reading about this morning. They're saying that some of them made a fist. Like, a lot of them didn't want to do it because they knew it was wrong. and they were worried they wouldn't graduate. And I just kept thinking to myself, so if he told you to rape a little boy on camera to graduate, you would think about, you would actually be unzipping your pants. You would actually do it. Like, remember that show you used to have on TV years ago, What Would You Do? This is one of those situations where your lead instructor tells you to give, and this is all white people do. It's all crackers. You know what I mean? That's what gets me, is that they're so against white people in the Midwest and West Virginia and these crackers, these Trump supporters. They're so against unions. They're so against black people standing up for our rights. They're so against homosexuals demanding rights. They're so against the oppressed people rising up. They're so against that. And wait a minute, let me be clear about it. Not just us rising up, but when we're discriminated against, whether it be the young man that was wrestling and made him cut his dreadlocks off, things like that, where we disrespect black people. They're so against us for protest, so against us speaking out, having our voice heard, that we want to be respected. But then something like this happens, and you're like, I better do what I'm told. See, a lot of these whistleblowers, they whistleblow because they know that these situations are wrong. Whistleblowing is what preserves the democracy. Whistleblowing is what keeps all of us honest, and it preserves a rather decent society. And it keeps the elements that are entrusted with our well-being in line, whether it be law enforcement, whether it be medical doctors using their own drugs and stuff, whether it be medical doctors selling opioids to people, whether it be the Flint, Michigan thing, whether it be the Afghan war documents or the Pentagon Papers back during Vietnam. All these things, they protect democracy. And what you right-wingers are mad about, you want fascism, you want a fascist state, but we fought to prevent that. Dr. King, they weren't just fighting for black people, they were fighting for a democracy. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. Democracy got a lot of problems. It's got a lot of problems. But I understand why they did it. I understand what it was for. You understand? And I have to respect a man like Farrakhan said it. You need to be able to speak your truth and then be willing to die on it. And that's what it is. And so these white folks, these white men, especially up in West Virginia, they've never really had to do that. They might have somebody curse them. They never had to deal with just blatant racism, where everywhere you go, white folks frowning when you come in the room. You sit at the table eating, they staring at you. You look, man, staring at you. They drive by, they looking at the truck like this, like they having a hard, number two. That's what I think about it is. They have the problem, not me. I don't have a problem. I had an Asian, Chinese friend, a Native American friend, a Russian friend, Ukrainian friends. I'm not a racist. I love world culture. Okay? I'm going to be clear about that. I love world culture. But they have the problem, not me. And I know. So that's what this really is. This is all about how you have these white men. See, I look at the bigger picture. I'm gonna get into the Space Force here in a second. I look at the bigger picture. Like I said, this bigger picture is that these white folks. See, a lot of these black men that go out here and speak out and do things about racism, it's not because of one event. It's because they've seen a lot of racism over the years and over time. And I'm like, all right, I got to use the power I have, the God's blessed me with, to speak out. I got to use it to speak out and to stand against this. That's what they do what they do. And so, white men haven't had to do that for the most part. They haven't. They haven't had to go out here and step out here and risk everything, their livelihood, their family, everything, to do the right thing. Like Justin Hopson did. Man had just got his job as state trooper in New Jersey. He got a degree in everything. And he's seen his training officer. He's going to put a drunk driving stop. He was gonna charge one drunk driving when she was not driving. The car wasn't moving. She wasn't even in the dash cam show. She wasn't even in the driver's seat when she got the car. He didn't care. He come still and just Hopson said, "Listen, I will not back you on this." He said almost immediately he started receiving death threats and receiving threats and the Lord's discipline and he became afraid that he would not get back up on a car stop, and he kept a pistol on his table beside his bed. He was scared. He said that the test of integrity is hard, but the whole world's waiting for someone just like you, just like me, to stand up and do what's right. And he said, you know, is this what you want me to do, God? Because he knew he was risking everything. See, white men, especially up there, have had to do that. And so, see, that's the good old boys club. See, when they talk about like, oh, they're trying to make everything integrated, they're trying to bring in all the gay people. That's the other side of it. Is that when everything's white, they can make racist jokes and shit, and they're like, yeah, what's the big deal? But yet, you want Kaepernick, who kneeled on a field, to lose everything. Kaepernick kneeled. You guys put up a hate salute of a man that killed over 6 million people. And God knows how many American troops died in the European theater alone fighting against the scourge that was National Socialism. But you fucking devils want to talk about a man who kneeled on a field to protest police brutality against black people and brown people. That's why I call you devils. This is why. There's another prime picture where all of them are doing the Nazi salute. Salute to a man that was a mass murderer. And you hate me because I just want to protest against what I view to be police brutality? Fuck you. That's another thing. I'm embarrassed that it took me so long to wake up. But stuff like this, then you see them out there doing this and all this different kind of stuff at the Army-Navy game. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, bro. You see what they're doing? Come on. So like I said, this is another example of white men not having to really fight or deal with suppression, obstruction, all. They don't have to deal with that. So they're like, yeah, let's take a picture. I want to keep my job. Whereas we as blacks, women, we're fighting that doesn't happen. We're fighting that you're not put in situations that you don't have men come up behind you and grouping you and slap you on the ass and hey, you know, we want to move beyond that. And you crackers are fighting to keep that. And this is what comes from that. I look at the big picture. It's like when Kenneth Owens came out and said Hitler wasn't a bad guy. I knew that was coming. She gonna say some more dumb stuff. What happened? What did I tell you guys? What did I tell y'all? I told you guys, Candace Owens is just another coon that's trying to keep up with the big boys. She want to ride in the limo with the big boys. That's all. I don't know if she wants to actually be a part of Trump's team. I wouldn't say that. But she want to ride with the big boys. And so what that means is she's going to say things that are racially insensitive, culturally insensitive, to get on that team. That's what that was. And that, yeah, what she said is, you, and this is a New Year's thing. You got to understand how far right America has gone. We now engage in preemptive war. So we do, on lies. We engage in torture. We engage in assassination, and yes, in some cases, assassination of American citizens. This is what we do. We got things that you can record people from inside a television. We have gone far right. And so you've got to understand that when you look at Candace Owens and Donald Trump, just how far America's been led right. And now with Trump making jokes on women and gay people and retarded people and all this, you've got to understand this, that he's already taken us there. What she said wasn't that bad in reflection of what he's doing. See, like somebody said, the left is always, we're always mucking, throwing muck. I agree. And that's not good. That's the lowest form of the left. That's the lowest. That's like the TMZ version of the left. That's not me, man. That's not me. So, Candace Owens made the comment, and she stood on it. And she turned around and the Senate brought her up there and she said the same thing, got all nasty with them and rude, which I expect. Acting like a real nigger. That's what the nigga come out of her when she facing trouble. What happened to her? I told everybody, I said, don't do nothing. The Jews will get her. What happened? She was forced to retire. She was forced to resign from her position at Turning Point USA. She had to apologize. This is, I think some other things happened to her too. That's not going away, man. That's comments. See, Trump's president. You're not. You just some bitch that got a job at Vogue and got a lot of money from. What's crazy? She got money from a white man for selling racist things to her, and now she's bumping for Trump, bumping for white supremacy. Cognitive dissonance. It's a meme where a guy he's like this. That's what I would divide. Could I put that on front of it? So what is the Space Force? What is this? I did a video on it. It wasn't clear enough. Wasn't good. I want to make it. I want to do it now. Dude I roll with is a Mason. Really, really, really intellectual man. Very smart. Very knowledgeable brother. And I asked him, is the Space Force simply Trump's Trump trying to get ready for something that's coming? And he said no. My dad said the same thing, no. And I'm just, it's a waste of money. It's another example that Trump talks about bringing the troops home or less war, but that's not really what you're getting. I think Trump knew that the war in Afghanistan was not going well. I know we're not going to win it. And that there's going to be some sort of a stalemate, some sort of a pushback. Something's going to happen or we're going to have to stop doing what we're doing now. And so, it'd be like me saying, I'm fighting with a guy and I'm not winning. And I say, okay, man, if you stop fighting me, I'm going to stop choking you. I'm going to stop fighting you. But really, I'm exhausted. And he doesn't know it. And I'm injured. And he doesn't know it. And I know like I've broken my fucking leg or like something is wrong with me. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to let you go. Just, I have to stop fighting. But I'm acting like I'm have a position of dominance when I don't. That's Trump. So he may pull out of Afghanistan before he gets out of office. That may happen. I'm not betting on it. That may happen. But I think that he'll just move the troops to Syria or something else. What I'm saying is, Trump, if he's elected, reelected, you're not going to get. I think a lot of Americans want this, but you're not going to get this return to a pre 9/11 America, where like you're not. That's not going to happen. That's not coming. Don't bet on it. Don't expect it. It's not coming. We're here. And we're not going to stop anytime soon. Sadly, I don't see it. So tragic. It's so tragic to watch this stuff going on and know you have no power over it. Know a lot of Americans ain't even paying attention. It's so tragic. And it's so frustrating. It really is. So, anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to put that to you guys that this peace out.